And now we want to turn to Jamie, who is continuing our team coverage with a company that pivoted to stay afloat in the last year. Jamie.
Good morning to you. You know, we all were at a spring training game together with GMAS right before this all happened. And when you think of spring training, when you think of the Phoenix Open, you likely think of Pro-Am National Event Services. These are some of the tents that came from the Phoenix Open this year. They helped put up all the structures, the tents, some of the staffing, etc. So Brady Castro is the principal with Pro-Am, and it was 1 year ago. You had a crew ready to go out to spring training and work that day. Can you bring me back to that day?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was actually at a game on March 10th in Scottsdale, and then we wake up the morning of the 11th, and everything's starting to close down in baseball. We had to call crews off, we had to call guys off, and really then it was the first glimpse of, man, this is something altogether different, and we don't know what's going to happen now. It
started to snowball, really, and then other unique experiences came up, like the need for COVID testing tents and vaccination places. What are you doing now?
Right now we're doing a lot of vaccination sites across the United States. We are back in California, that the state's starting to open back up. We're doing some outdoor seating for restaurants. We're doing outdoor seating for restaurants in Chicago, and events are starting to come back. So some of what you see here is us getting ready to have canvas on the shelves ready to go, hopefully in the fall when we're starting to get back to normal a little bit.
You're a principal here with Pro-Am. How did you start with the company?
I actually started in 1998 as a parking attendant. I moved here from Illinois and worked part-time as a parking attendant, and then became a security guard, and then just kind of moved up through the company, and here we are 22 years later.
And looking to hire, so this could be your career movement as well. Now I want to show you, we were talking about those tents there. What do you guys think this thing is right here? Got Olivia?
I do not know.
What would this be doing?
Washing something?
Yesterday I was next to a smoker. Oh. It was moving in a very similar motion. It is washing. Steaming? Right here. We have the BK 3000 Plus washing those canvases.
Yeah, that's the BK.
The Phoenix
Scott has one of those in his backyard.
So this is how you look. BK 3000 plus tent washing.
I have the BK
2000.
I'm going to tell you guys.
Ready for an upgrade.
I have the 35.
Okay, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thank you. COVID-19 vaccines make people feel more comfortable with going out again.
Valley businesses are starting to see people trickle in after a year of just constant pivots. First, the sudden drop in business, then months of complying with what seemed to be constantly shifting health regulations in an effort to slow the spread of COVID-19. So let's talk to Jamie this morning with a look at what it's really taken to be a Valley business owner over an incredibly challenging year.
Good morning to you. We all know Pro-Am. There are all those folks with those purple shirts on Pro-Am National Event Services. They do spring training. They do the Phoenix Open, and they really were in the middle of it when they saw all those big events start to cancel one after another. Brady Castro is the principal here at Pro-Am. Brady, when these events started falling like this, what did that feel like to be in your seat?
You know, it was crazy because we didn't know what we didn't know, and every day it felt like something else changed. The municipalities would change their rules, and then the states would change rules, and then the Fed would change rules. So every single day we'd wake up to something else, and we didn't know what to do. And there was a lot of uncertainty. There was a lack of clarity around the virus. And literally our business, every single day we'd wake up and have to decide, what do we do today? What do we do tomorrow? And it made planning very difficult as things changed.
It's a very big company nationally, but you're a local company headquartered here, and that meant a lot of people's jobs.
It did. We were able to secure some of the PPP funding, which helped us out through about midsummer. We did some furloughs, we did some layoffs, and then about August we kind of realized that this is something altogether different, and this virus could be here for a while, so we had to lay off about 30% of our workforce.
Things are starting to come back. We're standing by a structure that is a glimmer of light of the future. What is the structure that we're seeing here, and where is it going?
So this is a mezzanine floor, and there'll be a tent that goes on top of this, and we set this up to kind of see the configuration, mark some of the pieces. When it gets loaded on a truck, it'll get loaded on a truck in July. It'll go to Toledo, Ohio, and in September it will be a structure, a hospitality venue for the Solheim Cup.
And we want to show a rendering of that right now, what it will be looking at like when you see this. Again, and where is this going to be?
Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio. And as you talk about things starting to come back, when you talk about events, you can't just switch the light on, can you?
No.
Because come fall, things could be changing very quickly.
We're seeing some writing on the wall right now that we could be busy, especially here on the West Coast, late fall. Our Chicago office could be busy as soon as late summer, and so we're trying to ramp up right now. We're looking for a lot of part-time people, warehouse crews, tent installers, some full-time positions, so that when events do come back, we're ready to handle that business. Because like you said, Jamie, it's not just a light switch. We have to invest on the front end, so when this does happen, we're ready to go.
You've also provided some outdoor dining spaces. I know Diego Pop's here in town.
Yes.
The vaccination sites, the COVID testing. Weddings have been very big business since too.
We're starting to get a lot of inquiries for weddings for the late summer and for the fall, which again, it's a great sign. I talk about the writing on the wall with the weddings coming back, with events in Scottsdale and other areas starting to have limited attendance. It's a good sign that's hopefully going to be a sign for better things to come.
So from the feeling 1 year ago to how you're feeling now, what are you thinking?
You know, when this started, there was such a lack of clarity around what this virus meant. Yeah. I think with the vaccinations that we're doing, and with being a year into this, we're starting to see that, you know, there is an end in sight. And for us in the event business, that's great. It's, you know, people see events and they see tents. They don't think about there's concession workers and ticket takers and parking people and electricians and lighting folks and AV. And so our industry is, although fragmented, really employs a lot of people. So
and you know what's really interesting about your place is people are working 24/7. So if you are looking for a job, even a part-time job, if you're looking to go back to work, maybe you were let go, they have so many different roles with so many different schedules. So I know schedules are an issue. If you want to pick up something part-time, they might have something for you. Brady says they're starting to hire.
We're starting to hire.
So as we look at this glimmer of hope in the future, that could be a new job for you right here with Pro-Am as well.
Those are beautiful words, starting to hire.
That's a good thing. You're right about that.
Thanks, Jamie.